Hello guys, Merry Christmas. It is about 7:45 on Christmas morning. Everybody's asleep except me, of course. And so I decided to do the last 3 Rolodex Christmas cards. So here's all the goodies that I'm going to use. It doesn't look like much because I really feel like all the goodies say it all. So I decided to do the 23rd first, which is the day that, you know, people are traveling. That shows Santa. That would be my husband, except no beard. He had on a Santa looking, I mean, it looked just like Santa's outfit, on t-shirt on, and his Santa hat. So I'm deciding that this is, it's the day that we went to the mall. No, we didn't have the tree, but we did at one point. And so we're going to use that. There were Christmas gifts involved. We were at the mall that day just for fun. I was having all my jewelry inspected, and there's some more packages. And so we went there just to have my jewelry inspected. It was really rough on me because, you know, I'm still not 100% with walking. But anyway, and I had to have a ring sized. I haven't been able to wear my other ring on my right hand ring, and so while we were there, we got it sized. My knuckles have swollen so much, you know, from my arthritis, that I haven't been able to wear it. So I'm so excited to get it back. All right, so Rolodex number 23, day 23. So what are we gonna do? I've decided it was a pretty day. You know, it was probably 60 degrees on the 23rd. Get my little guy out of here. And so I decided that, so we decided to go to the mall and get that done and then finish up any shopping. Of course, I found a lot of things for myself. I always love this time of year because you can get house shoes and the necessities really cheap. And so that's what I did. So we're going to go, we're going to start by putting Santa right here. I mean, Santa Pawpaw right here to the left. I'm on the other side of him, just so you know. So I'm going to put him right on the left-hand side because we're headed home. And we're telling everybody happy holidays if we run into friends or something. So I decided to put this little tab right here in this corner. Got a story for everything these next few days. So yeah, there it is. Happy holidays. We're headed to home to wrap the last few packages, prepare fudge, and get a lot of other things ready for cooking the next day, because we do Christmas on my side of the family with our kids on the 24th. The 24th. And then they all go to their spouses' home. Like Ashley and Kenny go to their Kenny's parents, and then my son Dave and his wife go to Heather's parents. And so it works out perfect. You know, we are all good in-laws that we work things out so everybody can have a good time. So let me zoom you in a little bit. I just remembered that I didn't do that. So, all right. Green car is not the right color. It would be a white Highlander. I know, it's funny. I just made a funny. Okay, it truly is, but I don't know why I thought that was funny. Okay, so what do you need to drive? You're not up in the air, right? So I'm just gonna do a little, like a silver grayish. Now, of course, this is the old pen, so it doesn't want to write very good. I tell you, I need to toss some of the old ones. It's just, if you could see the number of pens I have, you'd see why I don't want to go through them all. Okay, so we're coming home from the mall. And I'm just going to make this like a little road. You know, just because. Okay, so we're coming home from the mall, and we're dragging packages in the house and everything else. And so I decided, if we're going to drag packages, let me get this around, we would just pretend that we're dragging them. Instead of, you know, some things that we could be doing. We still have hold of them. So we're going to drag our packages home. What I didn't tell you was that we also was dragging ourselves home. And we were pooped after that mall trip. I told my husband, oh my gosh, I'm not a mall person anymore. So I'm going to make it look like we're dragging these, like with a tied rope or something. Yeah. So we also have this other cute, I wanted to put this on here because I think it's so, they're really cute. And that is this little package on one of these little, isn't it cute? It matches this too. I don't know how that happened, but it did. So I'm just going to put it right here under the Happy Holidays, if I can get it down far enough not to cover Happy Holidays. I think that's cute. I'm just saying. Now I want to put the day, which would be the 23rd. Let me see what I got. I'm running out of twos real quickly. Oh my goodness, I should have gotten, let me see if I have some silver. Yeah, let me see if we have any left. I should have checked that beforehand, and I didn't. We may be starting to, we have not got a 2 in the silver. So, what I might do, I think I'm just going to freehand it on this one with a red marker. Okay, so 23. 23. Now, I am going to thicken that up a little bit if I can find one that has a little bit more. Let's see if this one does. That one doesn't seem to be wanting to cooperate. I'll wear my pins out. I'm just going to thicken it up a little bit. That's not too bad. They're not exactly the same size. What can I say? And I think on top of the tree, I think I want to do a, where'd it go? I'm going to do one of these gems on there because I just want to. We're going to put it on here like a star. Right on the very top. If I can find how this thing opens. I do this every time. Come out of there. Come out of there. Okay. So I'm going to put one of these sizes on here. If I can get things to cooperate. This way it looks like it's like we bought a star too. Yeah, and all that glue will dry clear. While we're here, we're going to put one on the headlight too. You know, because when you drive to the mall and you drive home, by the time you go home, it is starting to get dark, right? Because of the traffic, mostly takes forever. There we go. That's cute. Trying to put the lid on my glue. I'm going to go back to this silver, if I can find it. Okay, there it is. I think I'm going to just kind of whisk some color on here. Kind of fill it in a little bit. All right, now I'm going to show you up close, and then we'll move on to day 24, which was, let me get this, put this little gem back on here. I just realized there's one on this right here, this package right there. So funny. Okay, let me scoot this up back inside its little bag so we don't have them everywhere. Now I can't get them in. They didn't want to come out. Now they don't want to go back in. All right. Now, I think this one turned out cute. And I probably should have put Pawpaw and Grammy, but I don't think so since you can't see Grammy. Pawpaw stepped up this year and really helped with the shopping and the wrapping and just everything since I'm still having some issues with my legs because I can't get the muscles built up in my legs. I'm old. What can I say? All right, guys. I'm going to move on to number 2, which is the Christmas Eve. Now, on Christmas Eve, of course, we all know on Christmas Eve night, Santa comes, right? So, but he also comes into our home and leaves some major goodies, doesn't he? Okay. He doesn't come into my home anymore because my kids are grown. But we talk about him, and the only one that believes in Santa right now is Charlie. And you guys, it's adorable to watch him. Okay. I can't wait to show you. He got, this was our Christmas day here. And I'm going to tell you now kind of how our day went. My daughter came over here. She and her husband brought the turkey, and he brought his smoker. And he smoked the turkey, which, you guys, it was amazing. And then she made the dressing and, you know, corn and blah, blah, blah. But, you guys, she made the pies. She made 4 pies: coconut cream, pecan, chocolate cream, and Oreo. Okay, now all of these were, even the fillings were, she made even the filling on all the cream pies and everything. My daughter can bake pies. I mean, the crust was delicious. My daughter-in-law was like, "Oh my word, I love your crust." So, yeah, she can do something her mom could never do. I could never get her crust right. So it's Mrs. Smith, or what's some of the other ones? Marie Callender type pies that I buy the crust, and then I really don't make pies anymore. When the kids were little, I attempted it and I was terrible at it. I just wasn't patient enough, and I had flubbed it up so many times. I'm trying to get this sticker off. I tried it so many times that I just felt like I was wasting money and time. So it is a long process, and she did 4. And so her day before was pretty full, and she had been sick, and my granddaughter Lucy had been sick, and Lucy and Charlie had a terrible cough. They're still not 100%. And so my daughter got everything cooked and ready, and we ate about 4 o'clock, like I had told you we were going to try to do. I'm going to put this at the top of this like it's a border. And anyway, I'm going to try to stay straight with this thing. Oops, started putting it down way too soon. I don't even know if it's long enough. I hope it is. Okay, let's put it on here, and then I can't talk and do this at the same time. I'm not very good at it, I'll put it that way. There we go. Boy, just barely, right? Got a little bit of Rolodex showing right there. We'll just trim it off, and nobody will know that it's a tiny bit crooked. So, gosh, you can tell it's crooked. Look at that. Yeah, it's crooked. So, let me see if it will come up. Yay. I'll have to put glue on here now. Anyway, Paula. So I fixed my sweet potato or yams. I can't remember which one I got this time. It's like a casserole, but it's really like a dessert. So yummy. And I had gotten the recipe from my boss's wife way back. He's in his 80s now. My first boss in the medical field. But anyway, it's yummy. And we did that, and I made some fudge. And that was all the cooking I did, because that just about killed me standing in the kitchen. It took quite a while to get it done. So, let me see. My fudge didn't turn out that great. I don't know what I did. I didn't do anything different than from last year, but it just didn't turn out as great as I would have liked it. Let me see if this is straight. It's better. I'll put it that way. It's better. It's not perfect. So let's try to make it more perfect here. Let's see. Yeah, that's better. Anyway, so she made those pies, and they were like, I should have took pictures of them. They could have been in some kind of baking book. They were so beautiful. And they just, bought the new historical home. And it is, it was built in 1930 something, 32 or 34. I think it's 34. And they have pecans in their backyard, you guys. They're the big ones, and they're delicious. When we went to see the house, we all stood outside in the backyard and ate pecans. They were amazing. Okay, so what did I do? Oh, there it is. I'm like, what did I do? And where's my Santa? He's over here. I'm losing everything. Okay, I'm just making sure you guys are still in the camera. Okay, so we're going to put the tree over here on this side, and it goes way up to the top. And then we're going to bring Santa over here, and he's going to make an announcement that he's bringing Christmas. And he's going to go right here. Now, I used all my packages on the last one, so we're not going to worry with putting packages down. But we are going to put that it's Merry Christmas for us. We're pretty much. I'm going to put some glue on this too, because you know how these little pop-up things are not as, they have a tendency to be pretty aggravating. Okay, so I'm putting it up in this corner because I want to put underneath it that it's Merry Christmas Eve. Okay, my sister's family, they would always say, because they did Christmas on Christmas Eve too, her in-laws would always say, Merry Christmas Eve. And so I thought, I'm going to do that since I had this one that said Eve on it. And yeah, so I always thought that was funny. All right, so we're putting this down. And we want to put it there. I think we're going to put it here because it is pretty big. I'm going to go under you, Santa, just a little bit. It's not quite centered. But what else is new, right? I have gotten a lot of feedback from you guys that you loved doing the Rolodex cards. So I'm going to do it ever so often. I'm going to do some throughout this year. I'm going to try to get my box filled because it's not. And we're going to do a run through of all of them here in a minute when we're finished. Here's his little sidekick, the bird. It's what I'm calling the flying Rudolph. But he's the flying bird, and he doesn't want to come off of here. What is the deal? Oh, I'm trying to take him off of cardstock. Now, let me see if I can fussy cut him to look decent. I guess I forgot to do that. If not, he may go back to his nest. But I have a little spot here for him. So, we ate dinner about 4 o'clock. We sat down for a minute and kind of just visited. And then we realized, you know, if we don't get there early, we won't get a seat. Because there's 11 of us. So, at the church is what I'm talking about for the Christmas Eve service. So we all jumped in the car, went to the Christmas Eve service, which it's always awesome. It was really good. And it only lasted an hour. And Santa came in, and they made a huge thing about Santa coming. And he went down the aisles, and then he got up on the camera stage, which is a big, tall thing that they used to put their camera people on. And, of course, they were videoing from another booth. And he sat down in a chair that was all lit up. It was cool, you guys. He looked cool. And he came down the aisles. They came out giving away presents. And the little elves, there were like about 8 little elves dressed up, and they all came out. They were throwing t-shirts. They were throwing bracelets. They were throwing candy. You name it, they were throwing it. And the little kids were coming out into the aisle where Santa was. And we have a video of one little boy literally trying to beat Santa Claus up. You guys, it was so funny. We all looked at it. My daughter had it on video. We all looked at it after we got back home. And we were all just in stitches. Because I didn't see it at the angle where I was sitting. But that little kid most kids were just grabbing him and hugging him. He gets to this kid and tries to beat him up. I'm sorry. It was just so funny. All right. So now we got to get our number on here because Santa is about to fill all the stockings. And he set his bag down by the door. Okay. So we need a number again. We have yellow here in this little bird's hat. Let's just see. Oh, we have a 2. Hip, hip, hooray. That's the problem. I had that same problem last year, was having enough number 2s. Okay, so we're going to put this down under the little bird this time. And it's going to say 24. Listen, whenever you have Christmas, you all know what I'm talking about. When everybody walks out the door, you know, you kind of just feel like you could just collapse to the floor and just go to sleep right there. Of course, I would never be able to do that, but my body was saying, fall down, fall down. Anyway, I love it. It's, you know, of course, it's the biggest time with your family every year, and it never changes. I've got to tell you quickly some of the things we pulled on the people. All of us adults exchange names, and we have a limit, you know, of how much to spend. And so my husband and I were sitting here, and I was like, what are we going to get? We had my daughter and I can't remember who else. And so I get on the phone, and I call my daughter, had my daughter-in-law's name. And I was like, I want to trade names with you. So, oh, I know who it was. We ended up with both our kids this year. And so I said, I don't want your brother anymore. I want my daughter-in-law. You know, I want you and her. I have a gift I want to get you guys. Well, I have a leg massager at my house because I have restless legs so bad. And sometimes even the medicine doesn't help. So, and every time they walk in the door, either one of them walks in the door, they go straight to the leg massager. So my husband and I broke the rules, spent twice the amount we were supposed to spend, and got each of them a leg massager. And when he came walking in, I made them close their eyes because we didn't wrap them. They were huge. He came in with them, and oh, my daughter-in-law, she had like outburst of excitement. And my daughter had started feeling bad. I mean, after we got back from church, she turned to me and said, Mom, my ears are hurting. My throat is hurting. I have a terrible headache. I do not feel well. So, anyway, but she reacted. She liked it. I think she worried more about where she was going to be able to house it and keep it. Okay, because their little house is full. They buy real estate, and so they buy a house and then live in it, and then it becomes, you know, a rental property. And sometimes the one they're in right now, my son-in-law completely flipped it. And it's little, though. I mean, it's like 1,200 square foot or something crazy. 3-bedroom. But anyway, this is for today. The one I'm doing now is Christmas Day. And I love that I had these embellishments for today. Okay, so our pastor gave a great, part of it was on video and part of it was him live. And it's funny, he wore the same clothes in the video that he wore up on the pulpit. And it was great. He did a great job. And he went like to Egypt to film part of it. And he went to some different places to film. So it was cool to see him in the desert. It was awesome. You know, like out and about where the pyramids are. You could tell he was off to just the full sandy side. Okay, so the service was great. The music was great. That was all great. Then, you know, we came home. And so I'm going to tell you real quickly before we do today's. Charlie told his mom and dad he wanted a real guitar. And so my husband found him a real guitar. Okay, it wasn't used or anything like that. It was brand new, and it was made for his size. And when we took that out of the box when we bought it, my husband and I were like, oh my gosh, he could really learn to play on this thing. It was not a toy. And the second he got it in his hands, he's up on his knees sitting, and he has that guitar bottom, at the bottom of it sitting on his legs. And he's holding it up and he's looking up, and he has the whole thing down about how it's supposed to look. He couldn't play yet, but he was able to hold a note. My grandson, taught him how to hold a couple notes, and it was so cute. And it was bright red. So, I've got pictures of him with it. And then my oldest grandson, who's 16 and plays the guitar, got up and was playing that little guitar. It looks so funny in his arms. But anyway, the girls got great things, got everything they wanted. My son's daughter got a real microphone and microphone stand and an amplifier that does different effects on your voice. I'm just telling you their big gift. And then my other grandson, my grandson Oliver, who's 14, he got night vision goggles. He got this thing, I don't know what it's called, but they balance on it. It's almost like a tightrope. You attach it and secure it to 2 trees or 2 something. And then he got, his were kind of all, it was 3 gifts for his big one. And he got something else. What did he get? Oh, some kind of pistol. It's not a real gun. I mean, it looks like a real gun and everything, but it's not. It's like a air pistol or something. I don't know. He's already got one, but this one's a better one. So he was really happy too. And Lucy we got her an iPad last year, and she was so over the top about it last year. Well, this year she's into dresses and shoes and blah, blah, blah. And so both the girls got a dress and leggings and really wild, cute socks that they're knee socks, and when they come up over your knee, they have a cat, a dog, an owl, all these cute different characters. They were adorable. Stripes and different designs, and Lucy's big gift was a computer. So she got a Chrome, and we got her iPad. She dropped her iPad a couple months ago and has to have the screen, fixed. And so she's getting that fixed, and she got a Chrome, and she was so excited. And she got her first little pair of heels and a real cute party dress. And my other granddaughter got her dress, and she got her leggings and her socks, and then she got boots. And they both are total opposites as far as how they look and what they do and what they like. And so it's fun to try to figure all that out. But anyway, I got what do you call them? Let me think. Pressure cooker. One of the new pressure cookers that you can cook anything in. And so I'm anxious to get to work with that. So, and my husband got everything he asked for. All right, so we're going to move along here because our video is going to be too long. Today is all about Jesus and all about his birth. And we're going to put this nativity on this page. And I just love it. So I've got the nativity, and I'm going to put it down as low as I can here. And one of the things the pastor said last night, he has his doctorate degree also, and he doesn't just preach, he studies it and all the details and the history and so forth. And he talked about where Jesus was actually born. It was a trough. It wasn't actually like the wooden X with hay in it. It was a trough a feeding trough that they put the baby Jesus in. I thought that was interesting. And anyway, so there was a lot of history. He did a lot of history about what things are called in the Bible and what they actually were. It was super interesting. All right, and so we've got this star right here. I just noticed, so we won't need to put that star there. And we won't need this little baby Jesus because we've got him right here. So, you know, the shepherds came. And he also talked about the shepherds being, some of the shepherds were females. And, you know, they don't ever say that. And they don't use females for that. But it is, I guess if you go in depth in the study and the history, you'd find out that a lot of them were daughters. Okay, so let me put the wise man here. Shepherds came to see baby Jesus, and they watched for the star that night so they'd know when he was born. And then the wise men came to bring him gifts. And I don't know if I can get much more on here. Joy to the world, King of Kings, let us adore him. We don't have room for those, but we have room for Merry Christmas right there. We're going to put a little bit of glue on this one. I won't be able to put all these on there. There's just too many. Okay. Can't believe we're down to our last 3 days. Today we are going to one of the big hotels downtown and eating their Christmas buffet with my daughter and her husband, and their family invited us. And so we'll have fun today too. All right, so the King is born. We're not going to put these dates or anything. I guess I could cut out this 25, but it's not the right color, so I'm not going to do that. Now, it looks like everything's kind of done in gold, so I'm going to see if we have any gold. I'm telling you, these things, they don't stay stuck whenever they're... Now, if one of these gold ones, if we don't have a 2 in the gold either. So, what we're going to do is we're going to get my gold pen. Didn't we just have the gold pen? Didn't we just try that? No, we used silver for the road and red for the day. So here we're going to use a gold pen, and we will piddle around until we get the right one. Okay, this is a new one, so it should work pretty good. And I'm basically just going to outline around the outside, and then I'm going to put a number. And actually, I don't know if this is going to be dark enough, so we may have to maybe do the blue or the purple. I'm thinking the blue would be pretty because, you know, he was a little boy at this time, little baby. But I am going around this with the gold. Am I where you can't see? I'm sorry, guys. You know, sometimes you just forget that you're on camera. Okay, and then we're going to go around here, do a second squiggly line. All right. Putting some little squiggly lines in each corner. Okay, now we got to get serious and get the number on. And today is December the 25th, the day of Christ's birth. Now, I'm going to do this thicker. I should have just did it when I was here. I'm going to do the number thicker than I did earlier. And then I'm going to outline it in another color. I have to tell you, it is easier. And I think it looks just as good, just doing the number freehand. And then we're going to use this blue that Mary has on. Let's see. Hopefully it's the right one. And I'm just going to outline around the number. All right, so it is Christmas 2019, and in 1 week, it's going to be New Year's. Maybe we'll do one for New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. My sister's coming on the 28th and staying until the 1st, her and her husband. So we're looking forward to that. We were so tired last night. When we got through opening gifts, it just takes forever because we open our gifts together. Not together. I mean, we open them. Let me get the others. We open them, start with the youngest and work our way up. But Charlie was taking forever because, you know, he gets a lot of small things, so he has more to open. Let's see. Now I'm going to put these in here, and I'm going to hold these up, and we're going to look at them like a flip through. And I'm going to put on, let me make sure you guys can see. I can zoom in a little bit. Let me see it. Yeah, but I'm going to move this way a little bit. So this is how Paige Evans, the designer Paige Evans for Pink Paisley, she puts, at the end of the year, she puts all of her page layouts down and stacks them up and starts with the oldest to the newest, or the latest. So on our first, mine's not going to do like hers does, but we can try. The very first one, I'm sorry, I had to get a drink, was the snowman, and I just thought he was so cute. I wanted to start out with this, and this is a little house from the same collection, which was Snow and Cocoa, I think was the name of this collection. I've got 2019 here. The snowman is saying joy. The lace here is just out of my scraps. Oh, I shouldn't hold it up, should I? Well, went the wrong way, sorry. Trying to make this perfect for you guys. I don't know how perfect I am at this. Okay, so this is card number, well, it's actually just the cover, okay, showing the date. So it's not day 1 or anything like that. All right, then we have day 1, which is, the title is Merry and Bright. I'm going to move these because I don't like the way they're working that way. Here we go. So this is Merry and Bright. Christmas tree with gems and some hot chocolate. Under the tree were some packages. And I like the way that turned out. All right. Now we have day 2. And this was the trim that was made by Anna Griffin. And I just cut it down and made it work for our page here. And put the day 2. In the background is blue watercolor. Okay. And then has a big 25 on here. It's just for Christmas. It's not day 25. Right here is number 3. So most of my cards are just Christmas ephemera. This is day 4. Right here's our number. We did the candy canes, and right behind this little sign says peppermint. Merry Christmas, 24 cents, and the number 4. Day 4. Okay. Then we have day 5. I stitched around it and put the number on the package right here. And we just did gifts and did some Wink Stella on them. That was probably a big day that we wrapped a lot that day. Then we have day 6. The numbers here. I put some of this scraps of paper I had left to make it look snow. It was kind of like a designer paper. Some snowflakes, a blue and a silver snowflakes. And these are stamped in paper, little snowmen. And I put Wink Stella on them and the word snow and some gems in the background. They are kind of an iridescent. Okay, now we've got day 7 coming. Here, it is ugly sweater in the background here. A sock, not a sock hat. A sweater cap, a scarf, sweater, and mittens on day 7. And this little girl is going to ice skate. Here's a little sign that says highest award at the World's Fair. So it's all about ice skating. Okay, here is the next one. You know, where you do some decorating, and then you get your front door decorated. And I just put Merry Christmas. It's day 8. And I put a wreath that's crooked, I notice now. See how it's kind of, and then the home. So this was about the home. Getting it all ready for Christmas Day. Now, this is Santa in his insulated underwear, one piece, holding his hot chocolate, looking at the naughty or nice list. This is his little elf right here, eating some oatmeal. I don't know what I was going to say. And it says Santa Claus, and it shows Santa with his reindeer, and it's the 25th is what it says right here. So I did several different Santas and snowmen and stuff like that. I didn't do them in any kind of order. And this I really like. It was about Christ's birth. And it's got a 3-dimensional angel here. Some ornament angels. And then this is like a book cover in a magazine that shows all the angels around baby Jesus. I had to kind of work all that together to get it right. Here, we're just going to be jolly on day 11. Rudolph and Santa meeting up, probably having a, visit about what's going to happen on Christmas Eve and so forth. This is an ornament card. Looks pretty bright too, doesn't it? Day 12 is just different ornaments hanging. And I did like a little gem at the top of each one, and it says joy. Because it always gives me such joy to put our tree up and have everything decorated. And then we don't want to take it down. Here are a couple angels that I stamped and embossed with gold. And it says believe. And you've got your star in the middle. And this is day 13. Day 14, we did a snow globe with Rudolph in it. And just some floral items around. Okay. And then we had day 15. Oh, what fun. I decoupaged the background, or glued it with a glue stick, I think. And then we put oh, what fun, and number 15, day 15. This was my birthday. Oh, my word, I'm an old lady now. Okay, here is Santa and some florals. It says Santa's list. I didn't put anything on the list because if I wanted something, I just bought it. My husband and I did not exchange gifts for the first time in forever, just because neither one of us had anything we wanted. So it's day 16 with Santa and a floral cluster there. You need to have to tell me after this video which one is your favorite. Okay, we've got another snow globe with Frosty in it that says "Let It Snow, Warm Wishes." So I think of snowman, I think of a snowflake, I think of mittens and gloves and hats and scarves. Day 17. Okay, on day 18, we concentrated on Rudolph. So I did this silhouette of Rudolph, and that's in gold. Here's a tag that also has him. I wrote, put reindeer, and this little stuffed burlap Rudolph on day 18. On day 19, we did the stockings. I tried to include all the different traditions and so forth in this. Christmas tree, Christmas gifts, Christmas lights, Christmas stockings, and cookies and milk for Santa on day 19. And here was the last video where we have this polar bear all bundled up with his hat, wrapped up in all the Christmas lights on day 20. And I did watercolor in the background. This one was fun. Okay, the next one I did green watercolor in the background. The last one was red. And we did Santa on day 21 with his little sidekick, the bird, with this little cute tall Christmas tree with buttons. Okay, day 22. Now I'm just going to say day 22, I believe, is my favorite. Everybody has their own favorite. With the gold dolly in the background, a Christmas tree that has a star, and we added gems, red gems, and then the cute little embossed angel on day 22. Now we're getting down to the ones we just did. We have day 23, day 24, which is our day of celebration, and the reason for the season, the birth of our Lord and Savior. I love it. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this series. If you did, let me know in the comments and tell me your favorite one. And if you want to tell me your least favorite, that's fine too. But I'll be back in the next video to do a couple layouts in my Traveler's Notebook, Get Cozy. And then I'll be done with it. And we can just do like a flip through. And then we're going to move on to another Traveler's Notebook. For 4 months, I'm on this design team. It's just how she does it. She just rotates people in and out of that position. And so the Get Cozy was my first one to do. And I believe the next one that is released at the end of this week, I believe, or the first of next week, I think. And it's titled Grace. And it's really pretty too. And so I'm excited to get started on it. So I'll see you in the next video to do Let's Get Cozy. All right, guys. Merry Christmas.